Most men over 50 believe that drinking more water is always good. 8 glasses a day. Stay hydrated. You've heard this 1,000 times, haven't you? But here's the truth nobody tells you. If you're still drinking plain water after 50, you might be missing one of the simplest, most scientifically validated ways to boost your energy, your circulation, and yes, your performance in the bedroom. Sounds crazy, I know, but hear me out. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, urologist and men's health specialist. Today, I want to open your eyes to something that can completely transform how your body functions at the cellular level. No pills, no expensive supplements, and nothing artificial. Just strategic nutrition based on solid vascular science. As a physician who spent years in both clinical practice and research, I've studied extensively how men age, why their energy drops, why their vitality disappears, and why that morning firmness slowly fades away. And it all comes down to one critical molecule that most men have never even heard of. It's called nitric oxide. This single molecule controls blood flow throughout your entire vascular system. When nitric oxide levels are optimal, your blood vessels dilate easily and efficiently. Circulation improves dramatically. Your heart, brain, muscles, and yes, your masculine vitality receive the oxygen and nutrients they desperately need to function at peak capacity. But after 50, your body's nitric oxide production drops, sometimes by more than 50%. That's why you feel slower, weaker, and less like the man you used to be. And here's the part that most doctors never explain to their patients. Plain water doesn't help you rebuild that nitric oxide. In fact, it gives your body absolutely zero of the necessary biochemical building blocks to produce it. Think of your body as a highly sophisticated factory. Water keeps the machinery running and the lights on, but without the right raw materials, the production line simply stops. That's exactly what's happening inside your blood vessels right now. They're clean, they're hydrated, but they're biochemically empty. That's why you might feel fine on the surface, but deep down your circulation is slowing. Your energy is disappearing, and your confidence is quietly slipping away. But here's the good news, and this is backed by peer-reviewed research. You can fix this, and it starts with what you strategically add to your water. Not coffee, not commercial energy drinks, but simple, evidence-based natural compounds that signal your body to start producing nitric oxide again. It's not complicated, it's not expensive. It's pure vascular biology working the way nature intended when you give your system the right fuel. Before I show you exactly which ingredients to add, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button if you value honest, science-based health talk that cuts through the marketing hype. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from today. And of course, subscribe to this channel because every week I share new evidence-based strategies for men's health, intimacy, and vitality. Understanding nitric oxide, the master molecule. Now, you need to understand at a deeper level why nitric oxide is absolutely critical for every man over 50. Think of nitric oxide as the master signaling molecule that makes your entire cardiovascular system run smoothly. When you were younger, in your 20s and 30s, your endothelial cells produced plenty of it naturally. That's why you could wake up full of energy, work all day, exercise intensely, and still have vitality and vigor at night. But as the years pass, your natural nitric oxide production declines steadily, and everything starts to feel subtly off. Your circulation weakens, your heart has to work harder to pump blood, your recovery after exercise takes noticeably longer. Even your brain feels foggy and less sharp. And the most obvious sign for many men, when blood doesn't flow easily and efficiently, performance doesn't flow either, especially where it matters most for masculine confidence. I see this pattern every single day in my clinic. Men who look healthy on the outside, who maintain decent weight and reasonable activity levels, but deep down, their blood vessels are stiffening, their endothelial cells are aging, and their nitric oxide levels are running critically low. When nitric oxide drops below optimal levels, you lose your energy, your stamina, your mental clarity, and ultimately, your confidence. And that's profoundly unfair because most men have absolutely no idea this biochemical shift is happening. No doctor ever sat them down and explained how to prevent or reverse it. But here's what makes nitric oxide so biochemically special. It's the signaling molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and dilate, to open up and allow more oxygen-rich blood, more nutrients, and more cellular vitality to flow through your entire system. That means measurably better circulation to the heart muscle, enhanced brain function and cognitive clarity, faster muscle recovery, and yes, significantly better firmness and masculine vigor. When nitric oxide levels increase back toward youthful ranges, you don't just feel younger, your body actually functions younger at the cellular level. It's like accessing the physiology of the man you used to be. And here's the best part. You don't need pharmaceutical medications or invasive surgery to make this happen. Your body already has all the mechanisms in place. It just needs the right biochemical precursors. The plain water problem. Now let's clear up a critical misunderstanding that's preventing millions of men from optimizing their health. Yes, water is absolutely vital. You need it for every single physiological process in your body: digestion, temperature regulation, metabolism, detoxification. Everything depends on adequate hydration, and I would never minimize that. But plain water alone doesn't give your body the biochemical fuel and building blocks needed to actually synthesize nitric oxide. Think of your body as a high-performance engine. Water keeps the cooling system flowing and prevents overheating. But without the right kind of fuel, that engine just idles. It doesn't move you forward. It doesn't perform. That's exactly what's happening inside your vascular system after age 50. Your nitric oxide production machinery starts to slow down dramatically. Your endothelial cells become less responsive to signals. You're drinking water faithfully all day long, but the nitric oxide production line is running on empty. Your body needs specific ingredients: dietary nitrates, amino acid precursors, protective antioxidants, to actually kickstart and sustain the nitric oxide synthesis process. Without them, you're just keeping the factory lights on without producing anything of value. That's why so many men tell me in my clinic, "Dr. Carter, I drink water religiously all day long, but I still feel chronically tired, mentally heavy, and my energy crashes hard in the afternoon." It's not water's fault. It's what's biochemically missing from it. And when your nitric oxide production system shuts down, you start noticing the effects everywhere. You breathe a little heavier climbing stairs. You lose that easy, natural confidence in intimate situations. You wake up feeling drained and depleted instead of charged and ready. It's not just chronological age. It's poor circulation caused by insufficient nitric oxide production. Now here's the genuinely good news. You can reactivate this entire vascular system naturally by adding just a few strategically chosen natural compounds to your daily water intake. You can bring that nitric oxide factory back to full production capacity. I've witnessed this transformation in countless patients in my practice. Within days, sometimes even hours, they notice measurably better vigor, brighter mood, clearer thinking, and yes, significantly stronger morning reactions. The 9 key ingredients. Ingredient number 1, beet powder, the nitrate powerhouse. The first ingredient every man over 50 should add to his water is beet powder. Yes, beets. That deep crimson root vegetable your grandmother probably cooked for Sunday dinner. Turns out it's one of nature's most powerful, scientifically validated tools for restoring blood flow and masculine vigor. Beets are extraordinarily rich in dietary nitrates. When you consume these nitrates, your body converts them systematically into nitrites, and then into bioactive nitric oxide. That's the exact molecule that controls blood vessel relaxation and healthy circulation. What makes beets truly remarkable from a physiological standpoint is that this conversion pathway doesn't depend heavily on your aging endothelial cells. When you use dietary nitrates from beets, you're essentially giving your body a biochemical shortcut, bypassing the slower, age-compromised enzymatic process and allowing your system to create nitric oxide efficiently again. The research on this is extremely robust. Multiple clinical studies have demonstrated that just 1 glass of beet-enriched water can measurably increase systemic circulation within 2 to 3 hours. That translates to more oxygen delivery to the brain, enhanced stamina in muscle tissue, and greater vascular responsiveness everywhere else in the body. Imagine this practical scenario. You wake up in the morning, you mix 1 to 2 teaspoons of high-quality organic beet powder into a large glass of filtered water. You stir it thoroughly. It turns a deep, rich crimson color with that characteristic earthy, slightly sweet taste. You drink it all down. Within hours, you feel noticeably sharper and more mentally awake. Even your blood pressure starts to improve measurably as those blood vessels open and relax in response to the increased nitric oxide. Men who start their day consistently with beet-enriched water often report feeling more sustained, steady energy throughout the entire day. No artificial spikes, no afternoon crashes, just consistent, youthful metabolic power. Ingredient number 2, pomegranate, the nitric oxide protector. The second addition to your circulation-enhanced water is as biochemically powerful as it is historically ancient, pomegranate. That gorgeous, deep red fruit filled with hundreds of tiny ruby seeds. But what you may not know from a medical standpoint is that pomegranate isn't just a delicious fruit. It's a natural nitric oxide protector and extender. Here's what that means physiologically. When your body produces nitric oxide through any pathway, it doesn't remain stable indefinitely. It breaks down rapidly, often within seconds to minutes. Especially if your body is under oxidative stress, dealing with chronic inflammation, or exposed to environmental toxins and poor dietary choices. That's precisely where pomegranate's biochemical magic comes into play. Pomegranate is extraordinarily rich in polyphenols, powerful antioxidant compounds. These molecules act like molecular bodyguards for your nitric oxide, preventing it from degrading too quickly, allowing it to stay bioactive longer, and keep your blood flowing freely and efficiently. Think of it this way. Beets turn on the nitric oxide tap. Pomegranate keeps the water running at optimal pressure. Together, they create an unbeatable biochemical combination. Clinical research has consistently shown that pomegranate supplementation can dramatically improve blood vessel flexibility, reduce both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, and increase nitric oxide bioavailability throughout the vascular system. Here's my clinical recommendation. Take 1 teaspoon of high-quality pomegranate powder or 1 tablespoon of pure pomegranate extract and mix it directly into your morning water along with the beet powder. The combination creates a rich, deep red drink that not only tastes excellent, but works at the deepest vascular level. Within days, you'll start to feel noticeably lighter, more mentally alert, and genuinely more alive. Ingredient number 3, L-citrulline from watermelon, the amino acid pathway. Our next evidence-based enhancer comes from the heart of summer, watermelon. Yes, watermelon. That fresh, hydrating fruit you've enjoyed since childhood is actually one of nature's best-kept secrets for blood flow optimization, stamina enhancement, and nitric oxide production. Watermelon contains a remarkably powerful amino acid called L-citrulline. Your body converts citrulline systematically into L-arginine, and arginine is the direct biochemical fuel for producing nitric oxide through the enzymatic pathway. What makes citrulline so physiologically special is that it's far more efficient than taking arginine supplements directly. When you consume arginine orally, much of it gets broken down and metabolized in your digestive system and liver, so very little actually reaches your bloodstream in usable form. Citrulline elegantly bypasses this first-pass metabolism problem. It's absorbed smoothly through your intestinal wall and travels efficiently to your cells, where it's converted into arginine right at the precise location where nitric oxide is synthesized. Now imagine this powerful synergy. You already have dietary nitrates from beets creating nitric oxide through the nitrate-nitrite pathway, and pomegranate keeping that nitric oxide bioactive longer. When you add citrulline to this formula, you're unlocking a completely separate enzymatic pathway for even more robust nitric oxide production. 2 different biochemical systems working in parallel, one incredibly powerful result. Add 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of pharmaceutical-grade L-citrulline powder to your morning glass, along with the beet powder and pomegranate. Most men start noticing measurable differences within the first week. Ingredient number 4, pine bark extract, pycnogenol, the vascular rejuvenator. This next ingredient might surprise you. It doesn't come from a common fruit or vegetable. It comes from trees, specifically from the bark of the French maritime pine. This extract is called pycnogenol, and it's one of the most extensively studied natural compounds for improving circulation and restoring vascular endothelial health. Think of your blood vessels as flexible highways carrying oxygen and nutrients throughout your body. When you're young, these vascular highways are smooth, wide, elastic, and highly responsive. But after age 50, these same highways start to stiffen progressively. That's precisely where pine bark extract demonstrates its clinical value. It helps rejuvenate and protect endothelial cells, the exact same cells responsible for producing nitric oxide naturally. The clinical research is particularly impressive. When you combine pine bark extract with L-citrulline or L-arginine, the synergistic results multiply dramatically. Published studies show that men who used both compounds together experienced significant, measurable improvements in erectile function scores, blood pressure readings, and overall masculine vigor in just 4 to 6 weeks. That's why I call pine bark extract the silent amplifier in this formula. It doesn't just independently boost nitric oxide production. It makes all the other ingredients you're consuming work substantially better through vascular optimization. You only need about 1/4 teaspoon per day of a high-quality, standardized extract. Ingredient number 5, green vegetable powders, full-spectrum nitrate support. Let's talk about the 5th strategic enhancer, green vegetable powders. I'm specifically referring to concentrated spinach powder, kale powder, or a high-quality organic green vegetable blend. These nutrient-dense green vegetables are loaded with the same type of dietary nitrates found in beets, but with an important difference. They also provide a full spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and protective antioxidants. When you combine greens strategically with beets, you're giving your vascular system a wider, more diverse range of natural nitrate sources and phytonutrients. Think of it as cross-training for your arteries. These concentrated powders also provide your body with vitamin K for vascular health, folate for methylation and DNA repair, magnesium for muscle and nerve function, and dozens of protective phytonutrients that support liver detoxification, help balance hormones naturally, and increase energy production at the mitochondrial level. 1 level teaspoon per day is all you need clinically. Add it to your morning glass along with the beet powder and pomegranate extract. Ingredient number 6 and number 7, ginger and hibiscus, the energizers and balancers. Let's incorporate 2 ancient medicinal remedies, ginger and hibiscus. Ginger contains bioactive compounds called gingerols, and these have been demonstrated in multiple clinical studies to improve nitric oxide production naturally while simultaneously reducing chronic inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation progressively stiffens and damages your arterial walls. Ginger helps reverse this damaging process. It calms systemic inflammation, keeps your arteries flexible and responsive, and allows nitric oxide to perform its signaling job efficiently. Now combine that warming effect with hibiscus, a beautiful bright red flower that's been used for centuries for its cardiovascular protective properties. Hibiscus is extraordinarily rich in anthocyanins that help relax your blood vessels naturally, support healthy blood pressure, and promote sustained nitric oxide activity. Modern clinical research confirms regular hibiscus consumption can measurably reduce both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in just a few weeks. When you combine ginger and hibiscus strategically, you create something biochemically extraordinary. Ginger gently warms the system, increasing nitric oxide production and clearing inflammatory pathways. Hibiscus cools and balances, relaxes vessels, and improves smooth blood flow. Add about 1/4 teaspoon of organic ginger powder and 1/2 teaspoon of hibiscus powder to your comprehensive mix. Ingredient number 8 and number 9, cocoa and tart cherry, the performance enhancers. Real cocoa, the dark, unsweetened kind used in rigorous research studies, is loaded with flavanols, plant compounds that strengthen your blood vessels and help them expand efficiently when the body demands increased blood flow. Cocoa flavanols literally train your blood vessels to respond faster and more powerfully. When your vascular system does this efficiently, you feel your stamina improve measurably. Now let's add tart cherry to this powerful combination. This bright red fruit is loaded with protective anthocyanins and other antioxidants. But tart cherry adds something additional. It significantly reduces oxidative stress and inflammation, helping your nitric oxide stay bioactive longer in your bloodstream. It also powerfully supports muscle recovery after exercise, improves sleep quality measurably, and helps restore energy overnight while you rest. Many men drastically underestimate how important high-quality sleep is for maintaining optimal nitric oxide production. Together, cocoa and tart cherry create something truly special and synergistic. It's essentially a 24-hour support system for your circulation and overall vitality. Add 1 level teaspoon of pure unsweetened cocoa powder and 1/2 teaspoon of tart cherry powder to your complete enriched water formula. How to implement this protocol? Now that you understand the ingredients and the science, let's talk practically about how to make them work optimally for you. Think of nitric oxide production like maintaining an electrical circuit. You can't just flip the switch on once and expect the system to stay energized forever. You have to keep feeding that circuit consistently every single day. Here's the key principle. Consistency creates physiological momentum and lasting change. The men in my practice who see the most dramatic, sustainable results are those who build this enhanced water protocol into their daily routine as a non-negotiable habit. Start your day with a full glass of your nitric oxide enhanced water blend. It wakes up your vascular circulation, hydrates your cells efficiently, and prepares your energy systems for optimal performance throughout the day ahead. Then, consume another glass in the early afternoon, ideally before that usual energy dip occurs around 2 to 3 p.m. This second strategic dose keeps your nitric oxide levels stable and elevated during your most active and demanding hours. If you're implementing this protocol correctly, you'll start noticing subtle but measurable changes within just days. Your energy won't crash in the afternoon anymore. Your workouts will feel noticeably smoother and more productive. You'll sleep more deeply and wake more refreshed. And yes, your morning confidence and firmness will quietly but reliably return. Quality matters. Now let's talk about supplement quality, because not all powders and extracts are created equal. When you purchase beet powder, pomegranate extract, or any other supplement, always look for certified organic, non-GMO, third-party tested sources from reputable manufacturers. You want absolute purity. No fillers, no synthetic additives, no hidden sugars that completely ruin the metabolic effect you're trying to achieve. Here's a simple, practical formula to start with. 1 to 2 teaspoons organic beet powder, 1 teaspoon pomegranate powder or extract, 1/2 to 1 teaspoon L-citrulline, 1/4 teaspoon pine bark extract, pycnogenol, 1 teaspoon green vegetable powder blend, 1/4 teaspoon ginger powder, 1/2 teaspoon hibiscus powder, 1 teaspoon unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/2 teaspoon tart cherry powder. Mix all ingredients once, store the dry blend in an airtight container, and take 2 to 3 tablespoons daily mixed into 12 to 16 ounces of water. Taste too earthy for your preference? Add a fresh squeeze of lemon juice or a few drops of natural stevia. Even better, lemon adds vitamin C, which further protects and extends nitric oxide bioavailability. You can also strategically split your daily mix into 2 separate drinks, one in the morning upon waking, one in the mid-afternoon, to keep your nitric oxide levels stable and elevated throughout the entire day. Remember this critical principle. Results don't come from perfection. They come from consistency and sustainable habits. This is a lifestyle upgrade and optimization strategy, not a temporary quick fix. So now you know the complete truth. Plain water keeps you alive and functioning, but strategically enriched water helps you truly thrive. For men over 50, this is the fundamental difference between aging slowly and passively versus actively reclaiming youthful vitality. You've learned how nitric oxide functions as the master key to optimal blood flow, sustained energy, masculine stamina, and quiet confidence. You've seen how simple, evidence-based natural ingredients can systematically transform your body from the inside out at the cellular level. This isn't magic or marketing hype. It's rigorous biology. It's your body doing exactly what it was designed to do when you finally give it the right biochemical tools. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, mix your first glass of circulation-enhanced water, take that first sip. Within days, you feel genuinely lighter, more mentally focused, more vibrantly alive. Your blood flows better and more efficiently. Your workouts feel smoother and more productive. And yes, your confidence in intimate situations quietly but powerfully returns. That's precisely what happens when you support your nitric oxide system naturally and consistently. No pharmaceutical pills, no concerning side effects, just smart, strategic nutrition and daily disciplined consistency. And here's the most powerful part of this entire protocol. It keeps getting progressively better over time. Because the more consistently you do this, the more your body remembers and rebuilds its capacity to stay physiologically young inside. So here's what I want you to do starting today. Start small and build gradually. Add just 2 foundational ingredients to your water, beets and pomegranate. Drink it consistently every single day for 1 full week. Then slowly, strategically add the other ingredients as you progress and adapt. You'll see measurable results. You'll feel the difference, and you'll know with certainty it's working. Because this protocol isn't just about physical health metrics. It's about confidence, vitality, and showing up fully in your life with strength, mental clarity, and sustained energy. You deserve this level of function and wellness, regardless of your chronological age. Now, I'd genuinely love to hear from you. Which ingredient will you try first? Beets, pomegranate, ginger? Tell me in the comments below. Your response and experience could help inspire another man to start his own journey toward better vascular health. And if you found this information valuable and evidence-based, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because in my next video, I'm going to reveal a remarkable nighttime nitric oxide optimization secret, a simple bedtime ritual that multiplies the effects of everything you just learned today. Until then, I'm Dr. Emily Carter. Take care of your circulation, and it will absolutely take care of you. Stay strong, stay sharp, and keep your blood flowing optimally.